Okay, we are live. Welcome to the stream. Let me get the pregame up. Welcome, ladies and gents, to another big game. Where's my water? There it is. All right, so Nets Bucks. Big game today. We are 3-3. We lost last time out to the Celtics. That was a pretty competitive game. We're in it for the majority of the way, which is a pretty positive sign. Obviously missing two players. Cam Thomas got back to some good form. He scored 27. And we also had Spencer Dinwiddie doing pretty well commanding the offense. But today we have Ben Simmons back, which of course is pretty important to the way we want to play. We only had 7 fast break points the other day, which is a far cry from the 20 plus we were getting in the first 5 games. So it's going to be good having him back on both ends, because I would see him as the suitable fit for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Also, Brook Lopez is known for defending, along with those 3 balls of his. But Dorian Finney-Smith is going to have a pretty important role today. He's played well all season long. But it's going to be important that he can space and he scores the 3-pointers when he gets the space, because then you send Brook Lopez out to the 3-point line and that opens up some opportunities for drives. Cam Thomas, there is a stat on this screen today, which will tell you that, which will tell you that Cam Thomas has gotten 14.5 points from drives, which is the second highest in the league. So the more opportunities we can get to drive it to the cup without really much resistance, we're going to be, a hell of a better team for it. Lonnie Walker's also another one of those good players that can use his athleticism, and we've seen his ability to drive and kick on numerous occasions this season, which has led to good open looks. So, yeah, that's a positive. Toku Tom, that's pretty generous of you. Thank you very much for the $10. Did not have to do that, so that's awesome. A nice early donation. Usually you're not doing it this early in the stream, but I really appreciate it nonetheless. I miss Brook Lopez. I do miss Brook Lopez as well. I didn't really watch too much Nets basketball. Actually, I don't think I did. I was probably a really half-assed fan from about 2013 or 2016, 2017. And then when D'Lo came along after that Brook Lopez trade, which sent him to LA and D'Lo to Brooklyn, that's when I started following the Nets a little bit more religiously. James Harden is back in New York. That's a very good observation. And unfortunately, I won't be able to do the Clippers stream in a couple of days' time. But that would have been a cracking contest to witness, because, obviously the Clippers of PG, Kawhi, Westbrook, and Harden all on the same team. Who would have thought that was going to be a possibility? The lineups. I've actually forgotten to do the lineup. So instead of, I can just put them up here. Let me show the starting 5s in just a minute. Okay. So the ones you're seeing right now are the ones from the other day, but I will change it in a very quick amount of time. Hold on a second. You'll see it just there. And that is your Nets starting 5. Who are we playing? Milwaukee. Let me see who the Bucks have as their starting 5. They have got Dame, Beasley, Giannis, and Middleton and Lopez. So not really too surprising there. There you go. That's the 5 for the Bucks. And then for the Nets, you can see the starting 5 for us here. So that is what we're dealing with. The Nets are dog water. They're not. They're not dog water. They've been pretty good this season. The only game that probably Well, the last game was the least competitive, and we were in the game right until probably the last quarter where Mikal... It's a bit ironic because Mikal had a very bad first half. And then in the second half, the last quarter, he really started to, get his box score stats, ticking over. That being said, everyone else couldn't really keep up. I think Boston scored 34 points in the last. And, when Royce O'Neal is shooting as bad as he did, it's going to be very tough to make that ground up later in the game. In the first half, we had 0 turnovers. That should have been a half where we capitalized. And instead, we were facing a 12-point deficit. In the second half, we actually made that up in a way. No, we outscored them, but we didn't obviously make the lead up. We lost by 10 or whatever it is. Off topic, but can you tell me what mic you're looking to buy? I think it's just the stock standard mic that you see a lot of podcasts use. It's a Shure microphone, so it's pretty expensive, but that's what all the donations are probably going towards, if and also to fund the subscriptions, because obviously that's coming out of my own pocket at the moment. So the YouTube money, if I have like a separate, completely separate spending balance for that's going to be good. So that'll be used for my subscriptions as well, like League Pass, and I also watch Optus Sport on Optus Sport Premier League games as well. So that's like $30 a month. So that'll compensate. Watching on a broken ankle, love your content, man. That is great to hear. Not the broken ankle part, of course. I've had a little bit of an ankle problem this year as well. I busted up a ligament, so that was earlier this year, but I'm all good to go now. But yeah, speedy recovery, mate. And yeah, I'm happy to hear that the content is exactly what you're seeking. Cam dropping 30, that could be... Well, I don't think that's out of the question. I think that's a fairly good prediction. Given he scored 27 last game, all signs point towards him having another pretty good game. It is... Well, we're going to be doing... As you can see, the next game is Nets Clippers, but the next watch party will be this week, and it'll be the second mid-season tournament game of the season. Obviously, we won the first one against Chicago in a pretty close game. So yeah, that'll be the next one we do. We won't be here for Nets Clippers, but if you want to stay tuned nonetheless, we will be... Well, if you want to subscribe, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, should be all good. Make sure the hat's nice and symmetrical, because it's going to piss me off if it's not. All right. Headphones on. Ears activated. And we should be ready to go. All right. All right, so the starting five is, as we mentioned, Ben, Spence, Cam, Bridges, Finney-Smith, that small ball lineup. For the Bucks, they are significantly taller, and they are significantly better. They've got Dame, they've got Giannis, they've got Beasley, who's not a part of that firepower, Brook Lopez and Chris Middleton all involved. So, gonna be a good game nonetheless, so get excited for it. We legit need him to drop at least 25 the next 3 games to win. Well, we need performances from everyone. I mean, Cam dropped 27 the other night, but it was the supporting cast. I mean, Dinwiddie was fine, but it was Mikal and Royce O'Neal shooting 11 threes in the first half. Like, that was cooked. Anyway, we're ready to go. And it'll be... not Giannis. Brook Lopez and Simmons in the jump ball. It is won by the Bucks. Alrighty, so Ben taking on Giannis as expected. and Mikal will be picking up Dame, at least from this first possession. Pass to Giannis down low. He gets rid of Ben, and that is an easy 2 under the basket. A nice two-handed jam to kick things off for Milwaukee at the Barclays Center. Cam is bringing it up. Beasley picking him up at full court. Lopez is playing drop. Bridges going to drive on Middleton. Bridges, one-on-one with Giannis. Turn, lost the ball, got it back, gets the shot up, and scores for 2. We're underway for the Nets. That wasn't necessarily out of the playbook, but it's a score nonetheless. Dame to Giannis, dead to shoot the 3, does not. Dame on the catch. The 3 is off. The rebound by Ben Simmons. He's going to push the pace nice and early, whip it across to Dinwiddie on the wing, and the 3 is good, and we're underway from the outside. 5-2 Nets lead. So I don't know if that counts as fast break points, but that's not what we were getting in the first, or in that last game without Ben Simmons. The Bucks are off in the corner. Finney-Smith, early offense. Dinwiddie again. He's hit the fucking top of the backboard, but he gets the offensive rebound. It was that bad of a miss. Cam Thomas will take on Giannis one-on-one. Can't shake him off. He's going to roll him to the outside. Nearly stumbled. Well, he did. Finney-Smith on the 3. He is short, and the rebound by Giannis. He's got Finney-Smith picking him up, who's pretty good in the low block. Middleton for 3. That's off, so they've already taken a number of 3s, haven't converted at all. Finney-Smith is open in the corner for 3. That's off. And that was a pretty good look as well. So Finney-Smith getting a couple open ones early. Lillard. Giannis, dead to shoot. Puts the ball on the floor. And scores off the glass. So they're 2 buckets thus far have come from Giannis in the paint. Cam Thomas pulls up for 3. And he got it over Lopez. Easy. Easy. Well, he makes it look easy. It was a difficult shot. Anyway, the Bucks back into a set. Middleton on the baseline. That is good. Early offense. You love to see it if you're a Bucks fan. So 3 minutes in. 8-6 Nets. Bridges drives. Falling away. Got it. +1. Thank you. So Nets offense looking pretty decent early. Ben Simmons doing pretty well to facilitate. But on the defensive end, not so much. So I believe the foul was on the gather, and it was probably Middleton who was the one that conceded the foul. So 10-6, the score early going. Bridges the free throw to convert the and 1. It is good. And it is Dame Dalla bringing the ball up for the Bucks. They're going to look to feed Giannis again. They find him, but oh my God. He lost it. He got it back. Ben! Oh my fucking God. We've made an absolute meal of that. We had a steal on probably 2 separate occasions. It was staring us down, and Giannis was able to regain possession for the Bucks both times. It's a good call by the refs as well. Ben's foot was on the line as he was trying to save it. Ball is inbounded. Lillard down the middle. Blocked by Ben. Mikal, take your pick. Giannis for 3. That is short. And they bat it back again. So this is like their 5th shot in a row. Giannis is short again. And they come up empty. So Ben the other way will pick up his dribble. He needs help. He gives it back to Cam. Cam, switch, step back 2 on Lopez. Full 360 on the rim, but it falls out. And it is 11-6 Nets. All these shots, all coming up empty. Extra feed by Beasley to Lopez. That's off. Fought for the rebound was Middleton and Bridges, but the Nets take possession. Mikal, the screen by Ben. Mikal, the pull-up 2 is good. And it is a 13-6 lead. The Bucks cannot buy a bucket early on in this one, and the Nets are taking advantage with a nice little 7-point buffer 4 minutes into the game. Dame to Giannis. He's going to take it down low. The Euro, he lost the ball, and a foul. Bro, that is the biggest bailout I've ever seen. Absolutely no foul in that. Or maybe there was. Maybe on the arm by Finney-Smith. But even then, how many times do we have two players in dispute for the ball and someone puts their arm on the opponent? Like, come on now. So, the Bucks resume. Middleton, step back 2. That's a tough shot, and it is off. So, Nets getting stops. The Bucks have not made a 3 in this one. Damian Lillard has not been utilized really at all. Bridges the other way is short on the 3. And the rebound by Milwaukee. Middleton. Dame. Gonna drive. The scoop. Good on the fly thinking by Dame because he was initially looking like he was going for the pass. Ben. Finney-Smith. High screen. And now Dinwiddie on the outside. We've got to attack Dame as much as possible. Finney-Smith is open on the pop. And he didn't get the roll. So, decent looks for Dorian Finney-Smith early. Middleton the pull-up 3. It rattles out. The rebound by Ben. So the Bucks well off the mark early in this game. Dinwiddie. High screen Ben. Bounce pass. Ben the push shot. It is off. I want to see Dinwiddie just drive it on Dame, man. Because he is not the man. Bro, what the fuck? That's a marathon. Bro, the guy walked a fucking marathon. He took, it felt like 2 extra steps. It's going to be a timeout. Giannis scores the Euro. I don't think Ben's actually done a bad job thus far on Giannis, but Bridges looking on tonight. He's looking pretty good at the moment. Nobody can convince me that Ben 10 isn't crucial. I would just about say he's our most important player. And the stats wouldn't indicate it. A lot of casuals will think that we're clowns for making that comment, but it's 100% true. Simmons with the weakest finishing moves ever. Look, I'm not against him, not seeming to be aggressive. I'm not against that, but if he's gonna shoot the ball, he's got to get it in his best spots. And shooting floaters over Brook Lopez is probably not the best move. If you are enjoying this one early on, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe if you are new as well. We are on the road to 2,000 subs, so if you can help us out, that'd be great. But let's do a box score check. I almost forgot about the box score. I'm going to put the spotlight on Spencer Dinwiddie today. Thought he had a good game last time out, so feel like it's necessary. This is the this is the outlook for the Nets. Not a bad start, really. Let me just adjust these. Spencer Dinwiddie with 3 points, 2 rebounds, so not a bad start by him. Mikal's got 7, so he's leading the way nicely for the Nets, shooting it efficiently. Finney-Smith has missed all 3 of his 3-pointers, so he's going to need to knock a few more of those down because he's getting those opportunities. The Bucks, though, they're shooting well from inside the arc. The outside, it's a different story. They're, 0 of 7 from 3, and a number of players are contributing to that. So, yeah, that is the situation right now. Giannis leading the way with 6 and 4 rebounds already. So it's going to be key in ensuring that he doesn't get those offensive rebounds, and nor does Brook Lopez. They've had a couple of chances in that regard. So let's hope that we can just, quell that influence. But good start nonetheless. Yet again, 13-10 isn't too bad. I would like to have a little bit of a more sizable buffer, given the Bucks have shot 0 of 7, so that's quite a let-off. But I feel like the Bucks bench unit is actually going to help that cause greatly. Pat Connaughton and Bobby Portis usually just sometimes decides to have a blinder when he plays us. So Let's hope that was just exclusive to the KD Kyrie era. Mikal after the timeout. Oh, that's a great move to find the space. A good little bit of hesitation on the drive, and he gets the push shot to go. So Mikal is nearly outscoring the Bucks on his own. Crowder is in, and so is Portis. Dame, the skip pass to the corner for Portis. He's going to back down Bridges. The double arrives by Dinwiddie. It's off by Portis, and the putback by Lopez is good. So there you go. That's the key right there. We're going to need to see Ben on the interior so he can really capitalize on that rebounding. Bridges, that was a really weird landing on the rim there. Oh, that is a very poor pass. Crowder to Lopez, and Lopez just fumbled it out of play. We're going to see some changes, so perhaps to rectify the rebounding problem, Dayron is into the game, and so is Royce. So I think it's fair to say we won't be seeing 9+ threes from Royce in this first half because he's only just entered the game. Lonnie Walker is sitting at the scorer's table, so he doesn't check in at this stoppage. Mikal, good bit of hesitation again. Lopez didn't know whether to play drop coverage or actually attack Mikal on the switch. Mikal is 11 in this game, so he's been incredibly important. Dame, driving kick. Crowder is open, and the three is good. So that's their first three-pointer of the game. And what did I just say? Their bench is going to somehow keep the scoreboard ticking over. Cam Thomas, the pull-up three. That is good. Once again, Lopez playing drop. Cam Thomas is open, and that's pretty regulation for a good scorer like Cam. Dame. Lopez, dared to shoot, and that is off. And Dinwiddie will just let that one go out of play. No one there for the long rebound. We need Clax more than Ben. I mean, Clax is equally important. A lot of people are underplaying Clax's value. Cam Thomas on another three. That's off. Dayron fights on the glass, but Lopez secures. And now Dame Dollar for the Bucks. Picked up by Cam Thomas. So, oh, God. That's a moving three. That's off. Please get the rebound. And, of course, Royce O'Neal cannot secure. That guy is so unconvincing with everything he does. And, bro, I mean, I'm probably one of his biggest haters, but he deserves it. So, Bucks will recycle. Lonnie's into the game. Pat Connaughton gets the soft bounce, and it is 2 points for Milwaukee. So, a 3-point game. The Bucks have had 12 of their points in the paint, passing around the perimeter for the Nets. Dinwiddie, kick out to Walker in the corner. Oh my goodness! Lonnie! That was pure. He's a hooper, this guy. Dame, bounce pass to Lopez. At the elbow, does not shoot. He gives it to Crowder. Step back three. Bro, you got to be kidding me. Are we seriously going to let Jay Crowder just have the game of his life? Potentially. Thomas. Looks like the Bucks are playing a bit of zone here. Dinwiddie. Picked up by Connaughton. Sharp. Thomas weaves through. And a travel. So turnover number 1. Giannis is back into the game. I would assume Lopez is going to be sent to the bench, which he is. So the Bucks will play small ball with Giannis at the 5. It's not really small ball. He's like 6'11". So Dayron's got a pretty tall task ahead of him. And I wonder if Ben Simmons is going to... His minutes are going to correlate with Giannis's. You know? So it's going to be interesting to see how that matchup rolls. Royce O'Neal's playing on him. I hate this. I hate my life. Payne, driving kickers into the game. Connaughton drives down the middle. Giannis... Dayron was there for the block, but Giannis with the high banker. Dinwiddie. Royce. Thomas. This is good defense by the Bucks. The bench unit really chipping in. Dinwiddie has got Giannis on him. He's got 7 to shoot. He's going to take a baseline. One more. Dayron cannot score over Giannis. And now Giannis is going to rim run. It's a 5-on-4. Connaughton is open for 3. But luckily he's off. So we've been really let off by this terrible 3-point shooting for the Bucks. Lonnie, the acceleration down the middle for 2. And we're going to get a timeout, the first for the Bucks in this game. And that is great assertiveness by Lonnie, identifying the hole in the Bucks defense. And with Giannis on the perimeter, there is no answer for Lonnie on that drive. So 25-22 the score. At this stage of the game, you can see the scoring for the Bucks. It is really bad if you're looking at the 3-point shooting. If you isolate the 2-point shooting, it's a bit of a better viewing experience. Every Buck in the starting lineup has taken a 3-pointer and missed. There's only been 1 3 from the bench, and that's been scored. So, yeah, Damian Lillard has only scored 2. Giannis has scored 6. Aside from that, why is it not updating? That is an outdated box score. That's really annoying. That's really triggering. What is the scoreboard doing, man? Oh my god. Is this seriously about to happen again? It looks like I may need to... You may be forced to not take this for face value because this box score is, for some reason, lagging behind. It is 25-22, but according to the box score, it's 20-15. And even the NBA side is also lagging behind, so this is pretty slack. It's like 2 minutes behind, so I don't even have the updated scores. Let me check another app and see if this is going to show it. Let's just ignore that for the moment. And I'll double check later what the deal is. Let's see if this is updated. Nope, this is not updated either. That is just excellent news. So right now I'm just going off, well, the broadcast, if it tells me, and that's about it. So we'll get back to that a little bit later. For the moment though, good start to this game though. The Bucks are letting us off in ways, but I mean, you can only take what you're given. What would we do without Lonnie? And someone said lose. I agree. JV's clutch move in the final minutes should be to sneak a Bucks jersey onto Royce. I mean, yeah, that's probably a move. Not gonna lie. I think even if Royce is on the bench but he's wearing a Bucks jersey, you'll curse him. If you are enjoying thus far, make sure to show your support and drop a like on it and subscribe if you are new as well. We'll be back, as you can see, not in the next game, which is on Thursday if you're in Australia, but on Saturday against the Celtics, which we will be covering from 15 minutes before tip-off. 2:30 to play in this quarter. The Bucks get into an offensive set out of the timeout. It's Connaughton, the trigger from 3, and it is off the high. Soaring rebound by Royce O'Neal, and the Nets can get the lead out to a 2-possession game. 5 on the floor for the Nets. Dennis Smith has checked in. Mikal is back into the game. Has the ball now. Dennis down the middle. Dayron, body bump, and an excellent spin. Got Giannis under the basket, right where he doesn't want to be, and 2 points for Dayron. Giannis, where the fuck is the foul there? These fouls are some of the softest fouls I've ever seen. Giannis being bailed out for the 2nd time this quarter. And yes, he is on my fantasy team, but I don't give a shit when he's coming up against us. Connaughton, Portis on the outside, fakes the handoff. Good defense by Dayron, stays with him, and good contest as well. He forces the miss. So good minutes here by Dayron Sharp. Early, Mikal, Royce is open for the 3. Please hit this. Oh, you're an absolute tosser. And now the Bucks the other way. Payne, Giannis. Good move. Good verticality. And that is off the nets. Giannis will have another opportunity here with the Bucks getting an extra possession. So campaign from the baseline. Probably going to set something up for Giannis under the basket. Nope, it's going to be an offensive foul or a 5-second call, I think. Nope, it was an offensive foul on Pat Connaughton. Lonnie Walker draws that one. And the Nets can get the lead up again. It would have been great if Royce hit that three because, you know, we can make it a double-digit margin if he did make the three. But obviously, it's a game of shoulda, coulda, and woulda. Walker on the wing. Goes baseline on Portis. Good dump off! And Dayron with the hammer for two. Bro, Lonnie is so underrated with that facilitating. He doesn't have a high usage, but when he does, very quick. Passes, laser passes. Campaign responds with the three. And it is 29-25. Lonnie is going to put the ball on the floor again. Picked up his dribble. Needs help. O'Neal now. Back to Walker. The switch. Royce. 8 to shoot. Dayron puts the ball on the floor. Forced out of play, so he had to pass it up. O'Neal. Ball fake. Open three. Got it! There we go, Royce. Don't overcomplicate things. And it's a 7-point lead for the Nets. Good response to that Payne three. Giannis going to take on Dayron Sharp here. Shoots the mid-range, and Giannis scores. So, about 17 or so seconds to play in this first quarter. The Nets have a 5-point lead. They've had the lead basically the entirety of the way. And Mikal will hold for one. Oh my God, I was just about to say, the last thing we needed is a fucking turnover, and the turnover occurs with 3.5 to play. Walker's going to let the ball roll. He's going to run it up. Spin. Oh my God. Oh. Off back iron, and it is the end of one. But, bro, we're renowned for absolutely butchering the final possession in quarters. 32-29 the score after one. Let's see if the box score's decided to update. I think it has. Yep, it has, which is awesome to see, and I can finally get on with my day. Let's get those assist numbers updated for Spencer Dinwiddie. Mikal Bridges has been excellent in this first quarter. We've had 13 threes. We've hit 5. Cam Thomas, that's where his two buckets have come from. Beyond the 3-point stripe, Dayron's been good off the bench. Lonnie Walker's scored 5. And yeah, it's been pretty good. It's been a pretty good opening quarter. Ben Simmons has had 5 rebounds. So the rebounds are important, especially when you're playing small ball. But he hasn't really done much on the offensive side. He has pushed the pace, though, which is always something you want. Turnovers pretty good. Keeping that in check as well. The 5 threes, as I said, is a positive. And we're shooting above 50%, which is also a positive. The Bucks do have 4 more shots. They've made the same amount. They're shooting awfully on threes. The very good thing, though, is Dame and Giannis, they are pretty good at drawing fouls. They have not had a free throw, and neither has any other Buck. They do only have the 2 turnovers. Giannis is leading the way with 12, but Dame has been an absolute non-factor. Crowder off the bench is actually their second leading scorer, so the starting lineup has really not shown up in the first. Rebound numbers are pretty similar. The Bucks have had 3 offensive rebounds to the Nets 1, but the defensive rebounds are much the same because both teams have basically missed the same amount of shots as well. So, good opening quarter. I would have liked a little bit of a larger lead, but you know what? You can't have everything you wish for, so I'll take that. I'll take that first quarter. Let's have a look at the chat. DFS got to hit shots. He does. He's missed his first 3. And those shots have been wide open. Is there... I got money on the Bucks. Interesting putting money on the Bucks today because this would be a trap game in a lot of ways. Of course, Royce made that. Yep, I mean, Royce is a roller coaster of emotions if that was a person. Royce on the driving kick. One more. Bridges open top of the key, and he's off. But Ben with the offensive board whips it out to Royce for a second crack, and he got it! O'Neal has woken up. And he's already hit the same amount of buckets in 3 attempts that he did in about 15 the other night. So that's a positive. Giannis. Bridges sagging off Beauchamp. 1-2 with Giannis. Here is Payne. Shoots the 3 over Smith. Oh my goodness. Bro, I swear he got hit on the arm. And he somehow got the 3 to go. Oh, that is ridiculous. Dennis Smith, couple of shots, early offense, didn't get it to go. And, yeah. +30 point quarter against the Bucks is an awesome effort. Well, the Bucks have been shipping off points for fun this season, so I don't think that's as much of a surprise as you may think. That's too easy by Ben. Let Giannis get downhill. Why am I so behind in terms of time? Lonnie, where the fuck is the foul? What a joke. What an absolute joke. Play will continue. The Bucks can get the lead here. Payne to the corner for Portis. The 3 is good. I told ya. It's their fucking bench. Their bench has actually gotten them in this game. And that's where they've gotten their 3s from. It's absolutely baffling. Walker, the response for 2, ties the game up at 37. This is cooked. Payne. Pass to Portis. Now Beauchamp. Giannis, top of the key, is dared to shoot it. He does, and he is well off. It bounces off the top of the backboard. Plays allowed to continue through Simmons. Walker. Pass. One more. Walker for 3. It's off. Ben bats it back. Royce is wide open. Oh, God. That is off. Giannis going downhill. Forced into a pass. Payne one more for Connaughton. The drive down the middle. The kick out. Beauchamp is wide open. And that is a rhythm jumper right in front of the Nets bench. And the Bucks have gotten going here. Their bench has set this game alight. And they are killing it from the outside, this bench unit. Walker nearly lost the ball. He gets it out to Bridges, who's picked up closely by Beauchamp. Bridges gets to his spot and scores for 2 more. So the scoring is pretty good by the Nets in this game. But we need to start getting some stops here. This bench unit should not be torching us. And this is like really the first time that our bench has been absolutely killing us, or their bench has been killing us. An opposing bench is dominating our bench. Giannis is pinged with an offensive foul because he sort of wrapped his arm around Simmons and just completely discarded him on that drive. So Giannis to the bench. So Giannis is off. I don't know how many fouls he's on because it's an interesting time to send him to the bench. Finney Smith is back in. And Cam Thomas also checks in. So Bridges to the bench. And same with O'Neal. Thomas, one more. Through the middle is Walker. That is a weird pass. Ben keeps it alive. Finney Smith. Oh, we just didn't need to panic. Dame with an easy dunk or layup, whatever you want to say. It doesn't really matter. It's 2 points in transition. We had 7 to shoot, and we've passed it up like we had about 3 seconds left. Just needed to stay composed in that situation. Thomas, step back 3. That's off. Long rebound Nets. Walker's got another open look, and that is a rhythm jumper, and he knocks it down. So the good thing about missing 3s, sometimes you're going to get those long rebounds, and we've been benefiting quite well from those. Portis going to back down Finney Smith. Maybe needs a bit of help. There's going to be a 3-second call on the Nets. It's going to be free throws. Dame will go to the line. And this will be the first free throw of the game for, I believe, both teams. We have not been a very high free throw shooting side this year. At least in recent memory, we've barely gotten to the line. The free throw is good for Dame. He gets the lead up to 1. Smith is awful. Yeah, that's a weird one. I mean, I don't mind him being on the floor to guard Dame. That's not a bad idea. Oh, bro, that is another joke of a foul. Okay. I think it's 2 free throws. Yeah, 2 free throws for Portis here. That was on a push under the basket. They telegraphed it for Portis. It was a nice high lofted pass from the inbounds. And Finney Smith was, well, caught in no man's land. Let's just say that. We are going to try and get so many threes, we should bring Brooks onto the floor. It's a decent point you make, but with Walker and Cam Thomas on the floor, that's a bad idea. That being said, it's a good idea because we have Dennis Smith on the floor, so you might as well bring him in. The only thing is, who would you put on Dame defensively? Do you back in Cam? I'm not so sure. Finney Smith. Bounce pass to Cam. Probably a space to move. Shoots the high arcing 2. Doesn't get the roll. And I'm not a fan of that. He hesitated. He probably should have just gone when the opportunity presented itself first. That is way too easy. That is just shooting practice. Another 3 for the Bucks. It's out of 6. Bro, it's their bench. Their bench every time. Smith, good move to the cup. He scores for 2 off the window, and it's back down to 4. But I would just love to see a stop. Dame, quick trigger. It is off, and we get a rebound. So that's our first stop in a while. Can we capitalize? Ben, open look for Thomas. He takes it down the middle and gets the roll. It looked like it didn't want to go, but it did. And it's a good move by Cam. He had the open 3. But gave that up for an opportunity to score an easy 2 at the rim. Well worked. Middleton gets by Simmons. Another way too easy move. Ben can't get moved like that. That's pretty poor. Walker. Cross. Into the paint. There's got to be a foul there. And Lonnie off the window scores for 2 through Dame. So we've got to attack Dame. He has been one of the most useless defenders in the league this year, according to stats. I saw somewhere he's like the 333rd ranked player for defensive rating this year. That is an awful stat. Awful. Now, this season, I believe, when Dame scores under 25 points in a game, they lose. So if we can hold him to under 25, I think we'll be in a good spot. If we look at the bench, though, this is the issue, right? Their bench has been on fire. And while, once again, the ESPN people are sleeping, I will talk to you about this anyway. It's not updated, but look at the 3-point shooting on the bench, right? You can see 2 of 2, 1 of 1, 1 of 1, 2 of 2. So apart from Connaughton, they've made every single 3-pointer. That's 6 of them. And you look at the starting lineup, they've not made 1 3-pointer. They've taken 10 of them. So bench shooting 7 of 9, starting lineup shooting 0 of 10 from the outside. So their bench is really keeping him in this, to be quite honest. Rebound numbers pretty even yet again. We're getting a good amount of offensive boards. Ben Simmons has been great in that department rebound-wise. He's got 8 rebounds in the first half already, so he could have a 0.16 rebound game the way this is going. Cam Thomas is 6, not very efficient. I believe he's actually 3 of 7 now because the layup hasn't been counted yet. Lonnie Walker off the bench yet again. You know what you're going to get from this guy. He's been awesome this year. And Mikal Bridges has been his efficient self. which we haven't really seen enough of, and we needed that last game. But you know what? We move forward. So yeah, he's been playing a team high 13 minutes thus far. 18 of 37 from the field and 7 of 19 from 3. It's starting to update now. It's very close statistically. Both teams made the same amount of threes. Nearly both teams have attempted the same amount of shots from the field and 3. The free throw number is also very close because both teams haven't really gotten there. So 50-48 the score. We are nearly at the halfway point of this this second quarter. Nearly at the halfway point of this game. Bring in Trendon Watford. I would agree with that. Just to add a little bit more size, I think. If you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for Nets Celtics on the weekend. We won't be covering Nets Clippers, unfortunately. I can't get in front of my laptop on that day, or not my laptop, my desktop, but yeah, that is the situation. If you want to stay tuned, make sure to do that. And a donation button is also there if you want. Oh my God, bro. That is another way too easy score under the basket. I mean, granted, we don't have the size to combat it, but a little bit more intensity would be nice. Dinwiddie, the handoff to Thomas. The screen set by Finney-Smith. And now Walker will drive. And he got blocked by the backboard as he was trying to scoop it out to the perimeter where we had numbers open. The Bucks can get it out to a 6 or 7 point lead. Middleton going to back down Cam. Now the kick out to Crowder. Bro, I can't be asked. How is this guy scoring this well? Every time we just let a role player decide to play well. And in the Bucks case, it's been all 5 of their role players off the bench. Thomas the step back too. It's good. And we crack 50. So, oh, this does my head in. Dame, in a switch with Ben Simmons, shoots the step back 3, and that's good. So that's the first 3-pointer for the Bucks from their starting lineup. That is a baffling stat. The 5-minute mark of this second quarter. Thomas, response. Yes, sir! 58-53. So we're remaining in touch. Just, as I said, we're going to just keep getting these stops. But these fucking bench plays for the Bucks are pissing me off. Lopez. Middleton. Cross court for Crowder. One more for Dame. That's a 3. That's off. So there we go. That's the stop I was seeking. Ben will push the pace. Walker. Good turn. Cross. Mid-range. Got it. Oh my God. This guy is moving so smoothly around the court. I mean, it's a joy to watch him play. How the Lakers gave this guy up, I have no clue. Or let him walk so easily. Lillard, drive, lost the ball. Bro, that has to be Nets ball. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Giannis is back in. O'Neal and Bridges check in. Middleton to the bench for the Bucks. And it looks like JV's going to challenge this. I think JV's in the shits a little bit because he's like, well, I have to exhaust the timeout because your eyes were playing tricks on you, mate. Like, get these refs to Specsavers. My God. They cannot see shit. Alrighty. Box score check again, ladies and gents. We're back here again. Lonnie, 14 off the bench, leading the way. We have 3 scorers with 13 or more. So we're on track to see 25-point games from 3 players. Yet, even still, we're trailing. Despite shooting 54% from the field and 40% from 3. We've had 1 free throw, which is part of the problem. 4 turnovers is a pretty decent number. The issue is that we just haven't been able to stop their bench. Now with an updated box score, I can actually tell you the full story. Look at the efficiency of their bench and then look at their starting five from the outside. It's a pretty baffling stat. Their bench is what now? 3 of 3, 5 of 5, 6 of 6, 7 of 7, 8 of 10. 8 of 10. And they're 9 of 23 overall. So that means their starting five is shooting 1 of 13. Like, come on. How have you not got the lead with their starting five shooting 1 of 13? Dude. How can Jay Crowder pop off like that? It's because we're the Nets, and the Nets love to give role players a great day out. Let's just say that. Spencer Dinwiddie, what has he done? Not much. Okay, I was just checking for the box score, the player spotlight update. Cam Thomas been highly efficient, but he has done absolutely zero elsewhere. Bridges has been much the same in that sort of regard, but those two have shot the ball efficiently. So if we're to have any chance of winning, those three are going to need to continue to shoot as efficiently as they have. 6 of 9, 6 of 9, 5 of 9. That's good to see. Team shooting well overall. Taken the same amount of shots, scored the same amount, made 1 less 3, made 2 less free throws. That's the difference. So, yeah, that's the deal. Okay. They be like, I'm blind, I'm deaf, I want to be a ref. I mean, that's probably their motto, to be honest. In their training facility, that's plastered on the wall. That's the motivation the referees get. Every time they wake up in the morning, that's what they say to themselves. Wow, Thomas for 3. He's got another one over Lopez. He is no match. No match. We have a scorer on our hands here. Cam Thomas, 16, is now the high man, I believe, for both teams in this contest. So an 8-0 run for the Nets. Ties the game up. Giannis the roll. Royce into the paint. Giannis is trapped. The kick out. Oh my God. Crowder, thank God he missed it. Here we go. Nets in transition. Early offense. Heat check. It's off. And the rebound by the Bucks. And they're going to push the pace, but the Nets get back. That is, well, oh no. Beasley for 3 is open, and he's well off. That Cam Thomas shot right there, that heat check, is obviously one of those ones that you can adore and admire if he makes it, but you cringe if he doesn't. Royce, Thomas, switch, not really. Thomas, Royce, one more for Cam, he's open again. He wanted a foul, he didn't get it. And a couple opportunities here to take the lead have gone begging, and now Dame into the paint. He is not fouled. Good defense, Dinwiddie. Pass to Thomas for one more. Down the middle. Doe is open. Hit that. Yes, sir. Count it for 3. Nets have the lead back. Good ball movement. Yet again, the early offense is killer. And the Nets have the lead back. 61-58. 2:11 to play in this second quarter. Beasley faked the pass, shot the 3, rattled out, rebound Royce. Good box out by Cam. 4-on-4 as Crowder and Thomas get back. Good cross-court feed by Dinwiddie. Royce is long on the 3. Bro, stop shooting him. You are not him. You are not it. You are not him. Here's Giannis under the basket. And of course, there is a foul on. And guess who it's on? Royce O'Neal. What is this guy doing? I'd rather have Watford in the game, seriously, because bro actually has a little bit more decency about his shot selection. Even though he's not going to shoot the 3s. Bro, get this guy off the floor. Oh, Jesus Christ. Drive, please. I mean, if there's any mentality that I want Jacques Vaughn to preach at the half, that's probably it. All right. Giannis shooting 2 at the line after the foul by Royce. About 5 feet out. Giannis is short on number 1. Ball don't lie. I'm not talking about this foul. This foul was 100% warranted. for all the fouls that Giannis got in the first quarter that definitely weren't there. 1:45 to play, second quarter. 61-58 the score. Giannis at the free throw line for 2. He's missed the first one. And the second lined up is good. So 61-59. Under 2 minutes to play first half. This has been an excellent first half performance by the Nets. Yet again competitive. Bridges, switch, and we have a foul on the floor, and that is an incredibly soft foul. Even as a Nets supporter, I can properly appreciate the shithousery of that call. That was 100% not there. So, barely any fouls in this game, as has been the case for a lot of Nets games this season. Cam Thomas is open on the wing. Lot of space being afforded, and that is another 3 that is off for Cam Thomas. So, probably I want to see him drive it a little bit more. That's a great spin by Giannis. Royce with the block! Where has that come from? Alley-oop! Doe! Mikal with the feed. And that's defense leading to offense. Who would have thought Royce is going to be blocking Giannis today? Dame into the paint. Blocked again by Finney-Smith. But Giannis is there for the putback dunk. And I think he flexed, which, I mean, the sheer audacity at that. That is some pure shithousery. Bridges the early drive. Lost the ball. Got it back. Passing around the perimeter. Oh, my goodness. Ball movements. Ah! It went from Mikal to the corner, to the wing, to the other wing, and Cam Thomas doesn't disappoint with all that space. 5-point lead. Giannis gonna shoot and miss. We 100% live with those. And now Mikal will hold for 1. Even though we had a fair shot clock and game clock difference. Royce, don't shoot the 3. I beg. Thank you. Cam Thomas, high screen Royce, gets into the paint, foul, and 2 shots. There we go. So, first actual trip to the line where we're going to get 2 free throws. It is a 5-point lead. Could be 7 by the end of these free throws. And, great half. Good shit. Underrated part about that Giannis 3-point attempt about a possession ago. Royce O'Neal boxing out Lopez. That's been, well, that's something that won't get appreciated. Ah, Cam. Free throws, man, you gotta make those. Especially with the free throws being few and far between. You can't be affording missed free throws in this game. Against a good opposition. Cam Thomas, the second free throw, is good, and he splits the pair. So 15 seconds left. Dame will hold and bring the ball up. No need to rush. They're going to feed Giannis in the post, who has got Royce on him. I expect help defense by Mikal. Good rollover by Cam. And the push shot by Dame is off, but a foul on the floor. Don't know where the whistle was there. It's going to be a foul on the floor, though. So that's actually sort of smart. We had the foul to give. Oh, that is another soft foul again. Never mind. It's not a foul on the floor. It's going to be free throws. So Cam Thomas has to be a specialist at fouling on the final possession when there's absolutely no need to. Dame gets the soft bounce. And the first one goes. Into the game is Ben Simmons and Day'Ron Sharpe. So, never mind. Day'Ron's just coming into the game. And it looks like he's going to be poaching at the other end of the court. Ben Simmons remains on the bench. He got up. I thought he was going to be in the game for like a full court pass here. That could have potentially been a play, but that's not going to be the case. Dame's second free throw is smooth. So 2.3. Cam is going to send it up. Nope, doesn't have the time. And he didn't even get close. So that is the half. Good first half by the Nets. We're up 4. up for the main change. The Nets really need to manage how many shots certain players get because Royce is giving me Michael Porter vibes right now. Michael Porter's not even that bad. I mean, he's a 3-point merchant, but he's not as bad as Royce. Yeah. All right. I don't know why it's back up to 1 minute 26. Don't ask me. That's going to be halftime. 67-63 the score. Let me know your thoughts at the half. Lonnie Walker, 14 points in the half, 10 points off the bench in all 6 games that he has played this season. Let's have a look at the box scores for the respective oppositions. Cam Thomas, bro. Now, this is more like it. Last game I was talking about how Royce O'Neal had 13 shots or 11 shots. This game, we're talking about how Cam Thomas, Lonnie Walker, and Mikal Bridges have the 3 most, or have taken the most shots. They are the top 3, and they are giving us great output. You know, it's not like these players are getting shots, not converting, not capitalizing. These shots aren't warranted. Cam Thomas has taken 14, he's shooting at 50%. Mikal Bridges has taken 9 shots, and he's scored 6 of them. Lonnie Walker, the same. So, this is why we've got 67 points in the first half. And we're shooting the ball as well as we are. 54% from the field, 41% from 3. Free throws, that needs to elevate and improve. That would probably help if we didn't take as many threes as we were taking. But given we're shooting it as well as we are, there is a case to be made as to why we should be shooting as many as we are. We're leading the rebound battle as well, which is a very good thing to see. The turnover number's only at 4. I think, apart from the free throws, this isn't, well, a perfect first half by the Brooklyn Nets. Let me get the rebounds updated for Spencer Dinwiddie. From the starting lineup, we haven't seen much outside of Bridges and Cam Thomas. Ben Simmons has been really important on the glass, even though he hasn't scored, and there's been opportunities for him to take it downhill, bypass Lopez, and even throw it down. You know, because I think the problem with Lopez, if you drive past him as a smaller player, you're probably prone to getting blocked. But with Ben Simmons, he can throw that shit down. And he's tall enough to be that imposing. The confidence isn't there yet. But the important thing is doing stuff outside of that. He is a team worst, or a starting 5 worst, -3 in the plus minus, but he's getting important rebounds. He accounts for basically half our total. Or not really, but a good amount of our total with 9 and 3 dimes. So he could have like an 18 rebound game and he wouldn't have scored a point. So yeah, that's the deal with our team. The Bucks, well, if we go up to see what the Bucks are doing, they've had one more shot. They've scored 3 less. They've hit 2 less threes on the same amount of attempts. They have hit 4 more free throws. But the good thing is we have well and truly kept them off the line. You know, we've been pretty disciplined with the fouls that we've been conceding, if at all. You know, Giannis and Dame have only combined for 5 free throws, and Dame has gotten 1 of a technical free throw. So, pretty good. And even the 2 free throws that Dame got in the final 2.5 seconds, if it wasn't for the tech and that soft-ass foul, then Dame doesn't have a free throw in the first half, and he's got, 7 points. So, a very good first half by the Nets in containing Dame. He's sort of been in charge for his own demise a little bit with, shooting 3 of 10. Giannis has been pretty good, though, 17 and 7. This was always going to be a big game for him. It was about quelling the influence, and I think we've done that to an extent by keeping him off the free throw line. And the rebound number, I mean, they really haven't gotten a hold of that. In previous seasons, they would absolutely kill us on the glass, but the fact that, like, Lopez has got 4 rebounds, Giannis has got 7, so he's on track for about 15. But, outside of him, like, Malik Beasley's got 4 rebounds, like, big deal. The problem is the bench. Well, I don't know where the Bucks would be if it wasn't for their bench, because the bench has kept them alive. Bucks shooting it pretty well, but if it wasn't for their bench, their 3-point percentage would be one of the most dire 3-point percentages you could possibly see on a very large volume. Because the Bucks, from their starting 5, have gotten 0 of 4, 0 of 6, 0 of 8, 1 of 13, 1 of 16. They are 1 of 16 from the outside from their starting 5. And then you look at their bench, they are 8 of 11. So their 3-point percentage, I'm going to do some math because I enjoy doing math, said no one ever. 1 of 16 equates to 6.2%. 6.2%. 6.2%. How many fast break points have we scored? Great question. I was just about to get to that part, so you've beaten me to it. Team stats. Let's have a look. We have not got a steal yet. Points off turnovers pretty even. Fast break points, we've got 10. So we're on track for about 20, which is usually the benchmark. I mean, if we force a few more turnovers, we've only created 4. I think we'll hit the 20 pretty easily. It's going to be another close game, though. I can just sense it. No one has had a double-digit lead in this game. So it's a very tightly contested match. We should be up by more. But that being said, I take a 4-point lead every single day of the week. If you are enjoying the stream and you want to help it be pushed in the algorithm just a little bit, get more people in the chat, get a little bit more vibrancy, make sure to drop a like on it. That's obviously the best indicator for me to see whether you did enjoy the stream or not. And also subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for Nets versus Boston. Nets versus Boston in probably 3 or 4 days, I think it is. We won't be doing the Clippers game, which I would have been very intrigued to see, given, you know, Harden is now playing and suiting up as a Clipper. Let's actually see what is going on. Oh my god, bro. This is a shambles. Hang on. I just want to see the box score for the Clippers game. Let's have a quick look. Clippers, that is what's going on at the moment. Harden has not scored. He hasn't even taken a shot. And he's played 9 minutes. Wait, what is this? What is this? No, this can't be right. That has to be the first quarter box score. It says it's halftime, but there's no way James Harden has not scored and he's only played 9 minutes and a half. Yeah, this is way too outdated. Let me go back to the Nets one where it's actually a little bit more updated. Well, it is updated. Around the grounds, Detroit beating Golden State. Indy beating the Spurs convincingly. Orlando beating Dallas. I don't know if they have Kyrie and Doncic out. They don't. They are both playing. And Kyrie only has 3 points, so he is absolutely stinking it up. Banchero's played a really good game. Philly beating Washington. Let's see how many max he's got. He's got only the 9 points. Kuzma's playing well on the other side for the Wiz. Miami beating the Lakers at the half, who are just a bit stinky at the moment. Reeves is leading for the Lakers. Yeah, that's really the situation at the moment, it seems. Any other cool games going on? Chicago beating Utah. That's in the second quarter, so there's not really much to talk about in that one. And the second quarter has just begun between the Kings and the Rockets, who just played it 2 days ago, I think. And the Rockets got up there, so anyway, second half is probably on the horizon very, very soon. Let's have a quick look at the chat. Fadeaway, welcome to the stream, my guy. Hope you're doing well. I believe you're new. I haven't seen you around here around these parts before, so welcome. Do you think Jokic is better than AD in general? Bro, Jokic is ridiculous. I can't even believe you've raised that as a question. Jokic is clear. And I'm not one to usually engage and encourage a ton of player comparison, but that is just a no-brainer. That, bro, Jokic is so clear. So clear. Could have got Maxey in the Harden trade, but Cam is our man. I don't think we ever realistically could have gotten Maxey. I don't think Philly would have been that stupid to give it up. The reason we want Maxey, or saying, or like comments like that are made, is because we can respect how good Maxey is as a player. And Philly would view that player the exact same way. We know Maxey's good. We want him. But Philly also know that Maxey is good, so why would they get rid of him? You know, it's that simple. Simmons on 0, a shame. I would say that if you try to salvage something from that box score that Ben has put up in the first half, it's the rebound number. You know how important rebounds are when you are, well, playing small ball against a team with Giannis and Lopez. You know how important rebounds are, and the fact that Ben has got 9.5, that is incredibly important, and we're leading the rebound battle, which in seasons gone by, that is unheard of. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to check. I'm actually going to check every single game we played against the Bucks last year and see what ended up happening. There was a game last year where we played shorthanded. We played like our starters 10 minutes and then the bench just went ballistic. In that game, we had 47 rebounds. They had 61. They had 20 offensive rebounds in that game. 20 offensive rebounds. I'm a Ben fan, don't you worry. I've seen the rebounds. I'm just more, what's the word? Justifying it, just from a different perspective. Because obviously, we'll do the extra research if we have to. Let's have a look at what other games. Feb 28, when we had, okay, this was also with our weaker team. This one was with Giannis. It was with the full team. We had 38 rebounds. The Bucks had 55. And that's also due to us just missing a ton of shots. We lost that one by 14. So that one we got out rebounded by 17. Let me see if there's any 2022 games. 2022 we lost. Let me just get the third quarter ready to go as well. Stats. In 2022, in October, we lost to them in, I reckon it was the 4th game of the year. We had 17 less rebounds, and we got out-rebounded on the offensive glass, 14-7. And then there was another game in December, which we absolutely killed them by 18. And in that game, we were dead even on the glass. So that is how important rebounding is. Every game we got smoked last year, we got smoked in rebounding. And the fact that we are winning the rebound battle today with an undersized team, not even with, like, we're playing small ball. That is a credit to players like Ben, who, you know, is raking in these rebounds for us, and ensuring that the Bucks don't get these offensive looks, offensive rebound, second chance looks. So yeah. The Nets had Kyle Kuzma but traded him on draft night. Well, they did, but it was probably like an agreement with the Lakers that they were going to draft Kuzma and send him. So maybe it wasn't ever their intention. All right, so In the coming weeks, we will be doing streams for basically every game, except the Clippers one this week. And that is the next game. As you can see, the next game and the next watch party are different. You can see that on the top right of your screen. Anyway, second half getting ready to commence. This is a big second half, and this is probably the biggest game of the season. This one is well and truly there to be won. Last game, we lost by 10. It was a good second half against Boston. We outscored them, but we had a deficit that was too difficult to make up. We are underway, and the Nets have the ball out of the... Not timeout. Thomas, bro. Mate, you had a two plays picking you up, and you had Doe wide open on the perimeter. At that point, Finney Smith got to be screaming for it. Lillard for 3, that's way too easy. And Mikal's got to fight better under that screen at least. Finney Smith is open in the corner. The 3 is off. And a rebound by Middleton. Finney Smith tried to pickpocket him from behind. Unsuccessful. Middleton. There's a foul on the floor. Oh, fuck off. Wait. Hang on. It's going to be Nets ball. I don't really know how that's happened. It's going to be a 3-second call on the Bucks, so I don't know. I mean, I'll take those, but I didn't see it. So the Bucks turn it over. The Nets can reinforce that lead. Thomas, Ben, wrap around to Mikal. Gonna drive on Middleton. The layup is off. Ben with the putback! Ugh. First points of the game, and it is a very authoritative 2 points. Huge putback dunk. That's what I was saying with the rebounds, man. Ben with the board again, this time on the defensive glass. He's going to push the pace. Thomas on the wing. Drives down the middle. Kick out to Bridges. He's wide open. Right in front of the Nets bench. He's got to make those. He's got to get the crowd involved. Instead, it's off. And now Giannis will drive. Nearly lost the ball. Did well to recover. Bridges doubles. Beasley is open. Good rollover. That is an interesting pass. No one wanted it. That's got to be a backcourt violation. And Middleton, in trying to save it from that really dopey Lopez pass, has thrown it into the backcourt. And it will be Nets ball. So second turnover of the contest in this second half for the Bucks. So Ben will resume. Ben is in double-digit rebounding numbers already in this game. Thomas the drive. Kick out to Bridges. He's going to drive. That's a foul. And one! Mikal forcing the error by Beasley this time, who was a little bit late on the help defense. And that is an extra shot on top of the 2 points for Mikal Bridges. Yes, sir. 71-66 the score. Okay. So, Mikal at the line to get it out to 6. The free throw is good. And good start by the Nets. Good defensive efforts to open this second half. Middleton gets into the mid-range, shoots over Dinwiddie, and knocks it down. Feel like there's got to just be a little bit more work done to hold things up in that regard. Ben has got to stop that sometimes. It becomes too predictable at stages where you're just going to continuously push the pace with a quick drive and kick it out. Like, Lopez is going to know that he doesn't need to commit to Ben's drive if he's not even going to test the waters by putting it up. He could blow right by Lopez if he tried. Thomas, body bump on Beasley, and the 2 over the top. Oh, this guy's ridiculous, mate. Giannis doubled. Bridges is bold. Doubling Giannis, 1 pass away from Dame. Gets into the paint. The kick out of Beasley. The catch and shoot three is good. And that is the first make of the game for Beasley in this one. Ben looking for a handoff. Dinwiddie. Switch. Ben, drive it. Or get in the paint, mate. Bro, Ben's got a call for it. He's got Dame on him under the basket. Dinwiddie shoots a step back three instead. Spin by Middleton to respond. And he scores off the window. That's... like, you've just got to have a little bit more IQ in that situation. If you're Spencer and if you're Ben. Mikal, 2. Mid-range is off. Chase up the board. No one was there. Reactive enough. Beasley was. And now the Bucks can retake the lead. Beasley on the catch. It's off. And Ben back taps it. Vital tap because it's a 3-on-1. Finney Smith, the alley-oop finish. Cam Thomas with a dime. And that is Ben Simmons kicking it off for us. If Ben doesn't get the hand on it, then we are not breaking out in transition as fluently as we were just there. And it's more fast break points for the Nets. 76-73. And some good teamwork by the Nets here. We'll look at the box score now, and the Bucks are starting to get moving in the three-point department when we look at what their starters are contributing to that total. Excuse me. Ben Simmons has got 2 points, but he's got more offensive rebounds than points, and I would say that's actually a more valuable thing, a more valuable metric. He's got 11 rebounds in total. And then if we look at other numbers, Cam Thomas with 22, I mean, his scoring is just, it's ridiculous. And Mikal Bridges with 16 as well. 14 for Walker off the bench. He will be getting minutes later in the game. The threes have not been going down, but the scoring is still continuing and the turnovers are remaining down, which has been a pretty good trend in the last couple of games. The Bucks shooting pretty good from all areas. They've hit the same amount of threes as us, and they've had more free throws. If we can keep them like in a bad spot from 3, and you know, I think we talked about a stat last game. In wins, we hold opponents to like 33% from 3. We did that last game actually, and lost, but it puts us in a better position to get the job done if those teams are not shooting the ball well from 3. Dame has scored 2 threes. Hasn't really shot it as efficiently as he would like. Middleton, we've got to get the ball out of his hands because he's loving the mid-range at the moment. And that bench, if we can really stop their bench and ensure that they don't keep in touch with that bench in the game, because they played some heavy minutes in the first half, like Crowder playing 13, Porter's playing 12. That's good bench minutes when you've got Jay Crowder hitting 3 threes in 13 minutes. So we've got to remove the value there that the Bucks are getting. Finney Smith has not been his efficient self in this one, which is a little bit of a letdown. But yeah, is what it is. All right. Okay, 76-73. Okay. We're capable of winning. 100% we're capable. Let's get a double-digit lead. We do need that. I would be much more comfy sitting here with a double-digit lead. I was thinking triple. I mean, honestly, like any form of sizable lead we can get, I'm all for it. I don't care what number it is. Dame into the paint, the kick out of Connaughton. That is shit. What the fuck, Cam? Don't ask me how Connaughton was that wide open on the weak side, but it doesn't really matter how. It matters if. And unfortunately, that was way too open. Dinwiddie. Ben. Oh, he's got to shoot that, man. The reverse was there. He kicks it out of Cam. Oh my goodness. Falling. The change of hands midair. That is just nuts. Oh, Cam Thomas. What a guy. Giannis into the paint. Good defense, Ben. And now it's a 4-on-5 fast break. Thomas down the middle. Dinwiddie, Bridges 3. Yes, sir! All right. Oh, that's so satisfying when you get a stop, you break out in transition, you score a 3, crowd goes nuts, another turnover, Thomas reads the pass, and then Dame. Oh, that has to be a steal. Has to be a steal. And he's going to hold it. Griffin is going to hold it for the Bucks. Dame reached in. That is a clear steal. That is a clear steal. If they don't challenge that, that is an absolute mare by the Bucks. I think we're getting it now. No, we're not. Apparently not. So we get let off there. Definitely was a turnover on our part. Ben, the runner, brother, just lay it up. Stop complicating this shit. For fuck's sake. It almost looked like he got his feet muddled up. He's got to scoop that. Enough with this floater bullshit. You've just got to... Like, you just killed the momentum of a pick and roll if you are shooting that rubbish. Unless you're well refined at doing that and that's your go-to move. Lillard into the paint, the handoff, and Crowder just lost it out of bounds. So, good find by Giannis, but just a little bit too saucy for the hands of Crowder. And it's out of play, Nets ball. And there's an opportunity here to solidify a lead. Thomas uses a couple of screens. The step back two is open, and he gets it to go again. Bro, this guy is unbelievable. I do sense a 40-piece, ladies and gentlemen. Is that a foul on the shot? Oh, Mikal. Three shots for Dame after the foul by Bridges on the outside. Do you think Cam Thomas can be a number one scoring option going forward? 100%. 100%. Dame, free throw 1 is good. Okay. 6-point deficit for the Bucks. They can reduce it to 4 with a couple of made free throws. And you would usually back in Dame to make all 3 of these. He shoots them at an incredibly high rate. Ken will be a superstar. He's also upped his defense, which is right to your point there, Skyline. Ben to the bench. Is Giannis still in? No. So that makes a lot of sense. Sending Ben to the bench and getting him his breather now. Dame scores all 3. Why has the clock been running for this long? Okay, I'll just put it there. And I'll resume it when we reach that mark. Cam Thomas is doubled. Finney Smith. We got a 3-second violation. And it's this time on Bobby Portis, I believe. So that zonal defense the Bucks are playing has actually, well, forced them. Not forced them. It's meant they've conceded a free throw and Mikal scores it. Ben doesn't have his confidence back. He's not going to prove anything. Well, he's not the same player. I can tell you that much. He looks far different to the player he was last season. Royce is open for 3. Ball fake. 1 more for Bridges. Weaves through. And he had to have been fouled. Brother, what are you talking about? These referees are blind, man. Seriously, get him to Specsavers. How do you make that call right in front of you, dude? It's right in front of you, and somehow the referee far away has picked that up. Oh, Jesus. At least the call got overturned. We got 5 to shoot. 4.5 to be exact. Get it in. O'Neal, Thomas, 2 to shoot from the logo. Oh! Get in! Let's go! Oh, don't do that. That is not nice. Crowder to respond, no. Rebound, Bridges. Thomas, he's going to pull up for a heat check. I can already sense it. Those threes you are not allowed to make. Finney Smith on the catch to Mikal. Through the legs. Takes on Lopez. Weaves through. And he gets the scoop. 10-point game. And that is the first double-digit lead for either side in this game. And it's come at a great time. Good slip pass. Portis in the post. Doe picks him up. I like this matchup. Good defense. Portis off the glass. It's off. Get the board. Oh, Royce! Royce! Dude! You had hands on it and you somehow... How do you fuck this up so badly? You had the rebound right there. Why are you so soft? Oh, geez, you're made of toilet paper. Oh my god, Thomas with the step back deep too. That is absolutely not on. Okay, Dame. Mikal's going to come over to help, I believe. We double. Lopez the push shot. It's well and truly off. And Cam with the rebound. And he needs to slow down because man's playing way too fast. Oh my god, that is a breakdown of sorts. Dinwiddie had a wide open three. And at that point, I would have just taken it to the cup. Connaughton back for Crowder. The three is off. And it's fair to say he's absolutely crashed back down to earth. Thomas is going to hold the ball. And a timeout by JV is going to be called. Oh, man. Bro, Cam Thomas. This guy is fucked. Bro, how is he making these prayers? Oh, Jesus Christ. He just stared down the bench as if to say, I am him. These 3-pointers that I'm shooting, well, they're only reserved for me. Royce, mate, the bench is your area. Royce, the bench is your area. You have a seat with your name written all over it. That's yours. You can stay there. That's your throne. But Cam says the court is my throne. All right? This guy is just ballistic. I mean, he's shooting 3-pointers that he absolutely has no entitlement in shooting. And he still makes them, which makes it all the more for a better viewing experience. This is the scoring outlook. The Bucks, well, their bench is starting to slow up. Their shooting hasn't really improved all that much. The turnovers have doubled in this quarter, which has helped us a ton. We have not had a turnover, and we also happen to have an excellent young scorer in the making. 29 for Cam Thomas in 3 quarters in 26 minutes, and 22 as a nice little sidekick is Mikal Bridges. So yeah, that's what I'm liking thus far. I have no idea though. I mean, Royce, yeah, that's probably fair. Royce is a like-for-like swap with Simmons. I would take Dinwiddie off now, and I would play Lonnie. So then you've got... I wouldn't change all that much. Finney Smith, Royce, Mikal, Lonnie, Thomas. Do not bring in the bench yet. Or do not send Cam Thomas and Mikal off. We need to capitalize on this lead here. The rebounds are dead even. The same amount of offensive rebounds, the same amount of defensive rebounds. The turnovers, we have 4 less. We've hit 1 extra 3. We have had 5 less free throws. But we are shooting the ball far better at 53% compared to the Bucks 47. So we are well and truly, well, we're in a very good spot here. Very, very good spot. And there is a long way to go, but I am very, very excited to see what this next quarter or so has in store for us. Here we go. So Royce will inbound. Cam Thomas remains in. Dayron is into the game, and Lonnie is also in. So DSJ is also in. So we're playing a really small team. Thomas the 3, that's off. It is long, and a rebound for the Bucks. So I would have liked a drive there just to reinforce the lead a little, and then at 10 we can possibly push the lead up. Payne is in the game for the Bucks. They feed Giannis in the post. Well doubled, but there's going to be a foul with 9 seconds to play, and I don't like that foul. I think we had the Bucks in a really good spot there. Giannis really trapped along the baseline. There was really no way out. But I'm happy for us to reset and see if we can force that same kind of thing again. Beauchamp out to Payne. Didn't have room to shoot the 3. Passes it to Giannis, and that's a great layup. Well worked by the Bucks. Giannis takes it and shoots it quite quickly. All in rhythm. Going to be very hard to stop when he's going downhill. Walker gets to his spot in the mid-range. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound Giannis. And Dayron tried to reach in to get a steal. Unsuccessful. I think we need to get Ben back in the game. We need to get Ben back in. Giannis is dead to shoot a 3. He's going to shoot the midi instead, and he knocks it down. I need Ben to return. I don't like us playing minutes without Ben on Giannis. I think it's actually compromising us a fair bit. That's a foul. Another defensive 3-second call. That's like the 3rd one in the game for the Bucks. This is crazy. Look at Embiid's stats. I cannot wait to see the Embiid stats. I saw he had 33 before. And that was in the 3rd quarter, so this could be nuts. When I look. Cam is setting the house on fire. Bloody oath. Finney Smith can get 5 more points before the game over, potentially. Walker on the catch and shoot 3. That is well and truly short. Looked like he got somewhat affected. Oh, that's too easy. That's good offense by the Bucks. Playing us at our own game. We had no big men back. And Dayron Sharp isn't exactly the quickest player, so he's not going to rim run as quickly as Bobby Portis can. And it's going to be free throws for the Bucks here to cut the lead down to a single possession. Portis' first free throw is good. He's at 48. Yeah, it's actually fucked. Embiid is a beast. I wonder how many of those are free throws, though. I don't rate Dennis Smith, dude. I don't think in the last couple of games they've given him run. I don't think he's the matchup. Or he's good for the matchup, should I say. Oh, Dennis Smith here. Off the window. Doesn't get the angle. And Dayron lost it out of bounds, chasing up the rebound. I don't see why he's brought Dennis Smith into the game. In a game like this, there's no reason why you would bring him in. Aside from guarding campaign. Seriously? Beauchamp on the drive. Good dump pass. And he had Dayron in the air. So Portis was there for the dump off. And he finished the layup. So a 10-1 run. And it's all since we made those changes. Lonnie just lost the ball. And another turnover. Oh, he traveled! He traveled! He traveled! Oh my goodness. He's gone for a little bit of a stroll. He went for a nice little stroll, yep. Well and truly a travel. Well and truly. That is an absolute mare. Absolute stinker by Beauchamp. So 1:37 to play in the 3rd. It is 89-90. The Bucks could have had the lead there. Instead, they have no points. And Ben Simmons has been... Well, we've had the opportunity to get Ben into the game. So... And Mikal as well. Royce O'Neal for 3. And the minute we bring in Mikal and Ben, it's like they've just got that effect and they don't even need the ball in their hands. Payne off the window, that is, well, I mean, that was pretty smooth, if I'm being honest. But seriously, we're letting Cam Payne score. Cam Payne, dude. Royce, Mikal, Ben, handed off. Walker in the corner. And he fucking stood on the sideline. Are you taking the piss? Bro, JV has butchered the rotation at the back end of this quarter. See, I don't even think Dennis Smith is on the floor now. So what was the point of playing him for 3 minutes in the first place? You might as well just have brought Ben back in. Giannis ball fake. Bounce pass out to Payne. Beauchamp. Crowder for 3. It's online and he knocks it down. And just like that, the Bucks have the lead back. And they well and truly have not really deserved it. We had the lead, dude, by 10 at one stage. We're not going to go for the 2-for-1, it seems. Walker, bounce pass to Mikal, and he is fouled at the 28-second mark, which means, well, I think there's free throws here. Because Mikal was on the way up. The small ball bullshit has got to stop. It doesn't work. The small ball lineup doesn't work if Ben is not... if Ben isn't in the game, small ball well and truly doesn't work. Mikal misses the first free throw. Why is... Okay, Dennis Smith is back in for Lonnie. So... Mikal shooting the second. He can tie the game at 94. I just cannot believe we have been outscored this quarter. It's been on the back of a really shit rotation at the back end of the quarter, where he didn't align Ben's minutes with Giannis. And that's really thrown the game off. Just killed the momentum of the game for us. Payne out to Portis. Well done by Ben. Knocked it away, but Giannis still has it. He backs him down. He kicks it out to Portis. The 3 is off, and we don't box out, but they didn't get it to go, and they've got 1 to shoot. Oh, my God. They've ruled it out. They've ruled it out. They've ruled it out. I have no idea what they're saying this is for. I'm so confused. What's going on? It's Nets ball on the side. Apparently it's goaltending. What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. I'm so confused. What the hell's just happened here? How on earth did we not get the rebound again like 3 times, dude? That's fucked. That's actually cooked. How many times are we going to give up these offensive rebounds at the back end of quarters and concede buckets? We got the stop and then fucked it up because we couldn't get the rebound twice. They're saying it's a goaltend after Payne lobbed it up to Giannis. But they're calling it as a shot. And so they said it was goaltending because it was on the way down. This is a madness. If this is ruled out... Wow. I mean, that's not even close to the basket. Yeah. Of course it was 2 points. It was never not 2 points. It's actually fucked, man. How the fuck do we... You know what, though? Like, I would rather we conceded the margin or conceded that lead now than in the last quarter, because obviously you don't want the deficit now, or you don't want the deficit in a quarter's time when the game's over. You want the deficit now, so then you've got time to rectify the issues. It also allows an opportunity for Milwaukee to make this lead balloon, but at the same time, like, it's just like, why has he played this bench the way he has? It didn't take a genius to work out that you just play Ben. You play Ben with Giannis. It's that simple. You align every single one of Ben's minutes with Giannis's. Giannis isn't going to play 25 minutes, so it's not like you're missing out on anything. He's going to play 35 plus. And the more Ben is on the floor, the better. So it's three-quarter time. I'm not particularly impressed because we're losing. The only silver lining is, as I said, it is three-quarter time and not full time. So there is time for us to go on a run and get the job done. Let me have a look at the box score. So you can see what we're dealing with. Every time I put someone in the spotlight, it is the opposite of the stop chant. It actually curses the player. Like Spencer Dinwiddie had 19 and 6 last game. He's gone for a 333. You can see the box score stats. Cam already is 30. Mikal's got 23. Lonnie didn't score in that quarter. We're shooting the ball really well. The turnover count isn't really that high. It's all about fine margins, though. The Bucks have had 5 more free throws. They've made 1 less shot, but they've also only attempted 1 less shot. We've hit 1 more 3. The Bucks have taken 1 more 3. The rebounds, they have 5 more of those now. So that's breaking away a little bit. What the hell? Why is the ad playing? Okay. So yeah, that's really it, to be honest. I mean, the Bucks, like, still shooting it very well. Dame hasn't really gotten a hold of the game, nor has Giannis. It's been like their bench has done a really good job. Jay Crowder for 14. I wouldn't have predicted that pregame. But their bench has really stood up, shooting it at a very high efficiency. Their starting lineup has done the complete opposite. So yeah, I mean, where's this game going to be won for the Nets? I mean, we're just going to have to keep up what we've been doing. It's really that simple. Keep the turnovers down, shoot the ball well, push the pace. Ben needs to play on Giannis every single minute that Giannis is on the floor. And on top of that, probably don't have Royce O'Neal shoot 3-pointers down the stretch. That being said, he is renowned for hitting big 3-pointers for some bullshit reason. So, okay, it's going to be a big last quarter, though. Is JV contracted for next year? I think so. I just don't understand the Dennis Smith Jr. fit. I mean, for a game like this, it doesn't make sense. You've got him in guarding campaign. I think any defender, like, and he's doing a shit job of that. Like, campaign scored every one of his baskets. And he doesn't deliver on offense. So what is he doing on the floor then? So, well done by the Nets. Finney Smith knocked it away and out of bounds. It's still going to be Bucks ball to start this last quarter. 5 on the floor for the Nets is the 5 that we began the game with, except Dinwiddie is off. Royce O'Neal is in. Middleton, 3. We went under the screen. That is just shit. Oh, God, that is pretty piss poor. So many things that we could improve in that regard. O'Neal for 3. He got it as a response. I don't even understand how this guy just keeps knocking down threes. I mean, he's a 3-and-D player, so I shouldn't be surprised. Portis going to back down Bridges. He needs help. Giannis. Bounce pass to Portis in the low post. He shoots the baseline. Jay, it's off. Get the rebound. And somehow it ended up in the lap of Royce. Ben is going to bring the ball up. Leaves it for Royce. Drive. Finney Smith. Bro, what is Cam and Mikal doing in the corners? Get it to them. Here he is now. Cam Thomas is going to take on Portis. Step back three. High. And it is off. Mikal gets the rebound. And Ben secures. O'Neal. Oh my God. Get him off. Bro, what the fuck? He's an absolute doofus. Payne responds with the three. Bro, he just lost the ball out of his hands. What is he doing? Oh my God, this guy is the bane of my existence. Finney Smith misses the three. What the fuck is he doing? Bro, I'd rather have Dinwiddie on the court. Oh my God, and then Royce just forces... Bro, Royce just forces the steal. We didn't secure it, but he fucking knocks it away. Bro, what is this bipolar basketball player doing on the court? Bro, mate, the ghosts just knocked it out of his hands. Some phantom ghost just fucking tapped it away from Royce. He just completely lost all ability to play basketball. Giannis just got rid of Ben and threw it down with authority. It's up to a 7-point game. I mean, we could have gotten the deficit down to no deficit at all. Oh, fucking hell. Cam off the window, he scores for 2. He wanted the whistle. Ain't gonna get it. 104.99. We've got a setup on defense. Giannis with the spin, and he is hacked by Ben. It's going to be 2 shots for Giannis at the 9:39 mark of this game. I noticed you have the Bucks as the Celtics. Oh, shit. I just realized. I've got to change that, actually. How have I had this the whole game and no one's told me? Okay, I'm going to fix this up real quick. Should change momentarily. How have I done that? And not realized at all in this entire stream. There we go, that's better. Okay. So Giannis at the free throw line. The first is good. This absolute clown Royce O'Neal, man. He is the bane of my existence, bro. This guy, if you watched what he just did, or not just did, but like 2 minutes ago, what he just did. Oh my God, it is just... That is like watching James Johnson in a Nets uniform. And that was bad. That's like watching TLC. He is the TLC of this era. Like, bro. Bridges, the pull-up 2. Doesn't get the roll and the rebound for the Bucks. It's up to 7. And, bro, they're just starting to force these misses and absolutely push the pace, send us further back, and get these buckets with ease. They're up 106.99. We've got to ensure this lead doesn't get away. Mate, get O'Neal to the bench, man. Fucking hell. Giannis is doubled. Good backdoor cut by Portis. And guess who is the guy that has that assignment? You guessed it. Royce O'Neal. Let's have a look at it. Well, Royce O'Neal is the only guy guarding 3 on the weak side, so that's part of the problem. It's not necessarily entirely his fault, but he's the scapegoat because he's the only one there. It's out to a 9-point lead. And JV, it at one stage was 89-81. And since then, it is a 27-10 run for the Bucks. And coincidentally, that was when Jacques Vaughn made mass changes. He brought in our entire bench. Or not our entire bench. He brought on Lonnie. He brought on Dennis Smith Jr. And he brought on... who did he bring on? And he brought on Royce. If you're going to do that, you might as well bring on Dayron. Honestly. Because then Giannis could start getting the ball fed to him in the post. We didn't have any size to match up. Easy shit. And this is all without Dame in the game. This is without their starting 5 in the game. So this is pretty staggering stuff. If you are enjoying the stream, I'm not enjoying the game at this very minute, but if you are enjoying the stream and the experience, make sure to let me know in the chat. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We're going to be back in a couple of days for Nets Celtics. Not in a couple of days, about 3 or 4 days. I can't get to the Clippers game. That'll be a really intriguing game with Harden, Westbrook, George, and Kawhi all trying to fit together on one team. It's going to be really interesting to see how that all functions. But anyway, so many turnovers. It's not even turnovers. We've actually gotten a hold of turnovers. It's really more just the stops. We can't get those because we're now not making shots. And yeah. But it all started, it was 97-99, I think. We had the ball, and Royce O'Neal forgot how to hold a basketball. That was the biggest gift. That was the biggest gift. I mean, honestly, that gift was more of a gift than Christmas, your birthday, whatever other presents you get throughout the year. It was bigger than... That gift was bigger than all those other gifts combined. You know? Like, fucking hell. That's just... Alright. 8 free throws in 40 minutes. Well, we had this problem against Chicago where we had 3 free throws for 47 minutes and still won the game. Don't even ask me how that's happened. Anyway... Who have we got in? Mikal, Cam, Lonnie, Doe, and Ben. Good cut by Bridges. And that's just excellent. Another turnover. It was a good find, but Mikal couldn't gather it. Giannis missed it. We're on the break. And Cam in transition. On the other Cam, scores for 2, +1. Cam Thomas on Cam Payne. And we know who prevailed. I didn't realize Cam Payne actually got a vital hand in there when Ben did the wraparound pass to the cutting Mikal down the middle a couple of possessions ago, but a good stop by Ben. He forced the Giannis miss. We broke out in transition, and yet again, the fast break transition points really proving to be vital. All right. After the game, JV puts his hand on Royce's shoulder and says, "Don't worry, mate, you'll be better next game." Honestly, it seems like it's one of those relationships. My God, bro. He's either... I think JV, if he doesn't have any sons, I think he's adopted Royce as his son. Like... Because it's like he's the coach's pet. Like, the coach's favorite. That is a deep 3 by Cam Payne. It's off. Ben gets the rebound. Gonna push the pace again. Mikal, rhythm 3. It's off. And he's made those earlier in the game, so I'm not 100% against that shot. But maybe something a little bit better. Ben with the vital back tap again. And that's what I was talking about with those rebounds at halftime. We live off those rebounds. Cam Thomas. High screen Ben. Cam into the paint. Oh my God, he's off. Doe with the rebound, saves it. Mikal, drive, Euro, layup. It's down to 4. Oh, that was smooth. Smooth operator. All right. Dame is back in, and we've gone on a 5-0 run. They lost the ball again. And that is a joke. Bobby Portis, you're a joke. That has to be a review. You're not allowed to do that. Bobby Portis has just grabbed Mikal off the ball after Mikal stole it. Portis, you cannot impede a player from running up the court off the ball. That is 100% illegal. And there could be a claim to be made for it's a take foul, so it would be free throws and ball. That is an absolute brain fade by Bobby Portis. Oh, they're going to say it's a flagrant if it is upgraded from a common foul. Because we were out in transition. You cannot do that. If you could get away with that every game, then people would be doing it left, right, and center. So the minute that we've gotten rid of Royce, we've gone on a 5-0 run, and there's a potential here for it to be a 7-0 run plus the ball. So an even higher potential for it to be a 9-0 run, and we could have the game tied. So that's obviously considering a number of factors, and a lot of things have to go right, but you're not allowed to do that. That's an absolute joke, because we were about to drive it. Let's have a look at the chat. Let's see what people are saying. How many assists does Ben have? It's not as many as you probably think. I think it's about 4 or 5. We need a paternity test for Royce and JV, honestly. Honestly, there should be like a... I know BuzzFeed quizzes sometimes are just absolutely ridiculous. There needs to be a test, just like saying... like Royce has got to take this test and say, how much of a dad is JV to you? Make a Subway sandwich and we'll tell you how much of a dad JV is to you. What percentage? Ivan, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well, mate. Long time no see. Oh, yeah, long time no see in chat. This is a long deliberation, by the way. And I didn't anticipate it to be this long because I would have had the box score up. Why is the game paused? Because the game's paused, man. They're looking at a Bobby Portis wrapped up Mikal off the ball as we were in transition. Hold on. Common foul? Bro! So you're telling me that... Oh, so let's in a fast break situation, foul a player off the ball and we can get away with it. Essentially. They have just stopped a fast break. How is that even fair and legal? They've stopped a fast break. We had the ball in the lane and they've held us up. JV is livid at this call. How is that not a take foul? They were looking at a flagrant and it's... That is rubbish. He's got to be careful. He'll get teed up if he's not careful. Mikal, Walker's open for the 3, and immediately out of the break, the ball does not lie. So maybe the gods were looking down on us and said, well, we're going to stop your fast break opportunity so you can get a wide open 3 out of the stoppage. Dame across to Crowder for 3. It's long. Do we get the board? No, we don't. We could have had the lead back. Instead, the Bucks can extend. Lillard down the middle. The kick out to Payne. One more for Lopez. He's wide open. And that is off. Who's boxing out? Ben got it after Dame missed the putback. Thomas down the middle. Floater. Good! Ah! He's a mean man. He is a mean man. Cam Thomas is 37 points, ladies and gentlemen. Lillard. High screen and switch. Lillard to Connaughton. On the catch, the 3 is off. Long rebound, Cam Thomas. Oh my God, please, get rid of the ball. Thank you. Dame nearly with a steal. Bridges to the corner for Finney-Smith. It's well short. Cam, put back! It was that bad of a miss! That bad of a miss! The Cam Thomas was right there for the read, and he flips it in. It's a 12-0 run in 2.5 minutes. Oh my God. And guess what? Who went off the floor? Royce. I mean, JV, is it not clear? Is it not clear? Dude, what are you doing? Look at this. 12-0 run in 2.5 minutes. We lost that lead. My God. This should be, it's clear as day. This should be the closing lineup going forward. I don't care what anyone says. Without Cam Johnson and Clax, obviously. I don't understand it. Why is it so difficult to fathom? Alrighty. So, why has that come up? Okay. This is the box score for the Bucks. It has sort of dipped a little bit. They're getting quite a few rebounds, but the turnovers is at 10. The Nets have gotten 25 from Mikal, 39 from Cam Thomas with 6 threes in that, and Ben Simmons with 13 rebounds. That's been incredibly important for the team. Royce has got 12 off the bench, but he's absolutely made my brain bleed. And Lonnie Walker's got 17. We are shooting the ball well. We've hit 4 more shots. We've hit 1 more 3. It's the free throw number, which is keeping the Bucks alive. Turnovers remain down. Got to turn the volume down. And the rebounds is a difference of 1 in the favor of the Bucks. They have the same amount of defensive rebounds, but we have 1 less offensive rebound. Those fine margins could be very, very important in a close game like this. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going into another close game down the stretch. 6 minutes to play. If you are enjoying the stream, you know what to do. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe as well. We'll be back on the weekend for Nets Celtics. We won't be doing the Clippers game. Can't get to it. But that being said, I mean, this game is going to make up for it because hopefully we're going to be better on the other side of the final buzzer. Anyway, big closing 6 minutes here. Bucks made a big mistake benching Giannis. 100% they did. It was an interesting call. We could have been leading by 20. Potentially. Cam Thomas, this is his 5th highest scoring game, but he's got 6 minutes to score 9 points and beat his career high of 47. Dame for 3 over Mikal. It's off. It was a wedgie, and no one was reading the backdoor cut. Pat Connaughton was there for the putback. So, oh God, that's another offensive rebound. Ben, back out to Walker. Gets by Crowder. Down the middle. Oh, the verticality. It's going to be a foul on Lopez. It's going to be 2 shots, I believe. Nope, it's going to be a foul before the shot. Mate, every game this season I think is going to be close. Giannis was a mile away from his bag. He wouldn't contribute as much as y'all think. In a game like this, I mean, he's contributed. He's been pretty important for them. Lonnie? Oh my goodness. Mid-range is good. Well done. One-man offense by Lonnie. And he is searching deep in his bag and finding. Dame down the middle. Verticality by Ben, but an excellent score by Dame. I don't know how he's managed that angle. And he scores for 2. Lonnie down the middle again. Kick out to Mikal. Now Ben as the bailout. Mikal is fouled by Lopez on the shot. And it's going to be 2 at the free throw line. So doing a much better job here of getting to our spots in this last quarter. Getting to the cup. It looked like it was going to get away, but some interesting substitutions by the Bucks, and equally, the insertion of our starting unit has allowed us to get back into this game and regain this lead. So we are well and truly in a good spot. In a really good spot to get this one done. But it's going to be down to who can make the larger amount of shots down the stretch. And we've seen this year that we've lacked in that regard. So we're going to have to find a way and show a bit of resolve from the previous games, which have caused heartbreak. The Nets defending this possession. Crowder is open for three. It's off. The rebound. Giannis is open. It's off. They get another rebound. Giannis open again on the third try. Bro, that is how important Ben is. I don't know where he was on that possession. Why is Lonnie open? Pull up three. You missed it. I mean, you take that because an open three like that, I'd back him in to score it, but gotta box out Lopez. Ben has got to be better under the basket. He's got to help. Giannis the spin, thought he traveled, and there's just a foul in there. And I swear to God, there was a potential move of the pivot foot, but I could be wrong. Like, Ben has got to be soaring in for the rebounds. On all three of those, he wasn't guarding Giannis, nor was he going up and getting these rebounds. There's got to be a little bit more of a concerted effort to box out Brook Lopez. He hadn't had an involvement in the first half, really, on the offensive glass. In the second half, he's been pretty instrumental. Giannis, free throw one is good, and the Bucks have the lead back with 4:20 to play. Middleton returns, Connaughton to the bench. All right. So, Giannis shooting another free throw. Nets down one. Long way to go in this game. Second free throw is good. So, clutch free throws here by Giannis. Gets the lead back. And now Ben will facilitate traffic. Bridges going to drive on Lopez, get into the paint, and now he's going to have to roll it back out. Lopez picking him up. He's going to drive on him again. Where's the foul? Somehow scores falling to the floor. We're in the final 4 minutes. 2-point game is gone. It's all tied up. Giannis backs down Ben. The shot is off. Ben with a solid rebound. And now we're out again. Ben leaves it behind for Bridges. Gets to the spot in the mid-range. That would have been a huge make if he made that. But unfortunately, we come up empty. I want to see some Cam Thomas touches down the stretch. Where is the ball for him? Middleton, picked up by Walker. Oh, shit. That could have easily been a foul +1. But it's going to be free throws. Lonnie Walker leans into Middleton. It's going to be 2 shots. Don't use the stop chant until later. If you guys are new around here, you know the deal. The stop chant is an iconic part of the streams. When we need a stop, we call them the stop chant. We just spam the word stop. And for some reason, the gods listen to us and the Bucks, or any opposition for that matter, does not score. No! Oh my God. Oh, that is the dumbest call I have ever seen in my life. Ben to the bench for Royce O'Neal. I swear if... Okay, Bobby Portis is in the game. Bro, I cannot be asked. He's brought in Royce O'Neal. He's brought in Royce O'Neal. Ben Simmons just then got a huge rebound. Royce O'Neal isn't even getting that. He's gonna fucking fumble the ball and pass up another rebound. If you're gonna bring him in, then bring in Royce for Finney-Smith, if anything. Ben has to stay on the floor. But instead now I don't know what JV is thinking. It could be a masterstroke, but Cam Thomas is holding. He's got Portis on him. He drives. That's a foul. Where is it? Thank you. It's going to be 2 shots. And Cam Thomas can crack 40 here. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's 1 possession too late. I mean, that should have happened a possession earlier when Mikal took the mid-range before. That should have been Cam's shot to take. It's going to be 2 shots for CT. The 3-minute mark. 119, 117. Free throw 1 is good. And Cam Thomas has now cracked 40, ladies and gents. Ben is checking back into the game, so hopefully it's Royce to the bench. It's Lonnie Walker to the bench. And I'll tell you what, that is questionable at best, because Royce on the floor for Lonnie, I know who I'm taking. I guess we want a bit of extra size. Cam Thomas is 40, though. We've got 3 minutes to play. A make. There we go. And now from here on out, well, we've got a timeout first. But after the break, we've got 180 seconds, which will be converted into about 15 minutes of intense basketball. If you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for as many Nets games as we can do this season. The next being, you can look in the top right hand of your screen to see when that'll be. What are we thinking? What is the call here? What is the call? Do we think that it's the Bucks' game to lose? I honestly think we can get this one done. Let's have a look at the box score really quickly, and you can see, I mean, it's all tied up. There's barely anything that separates both sides. You can see 41 for Cam and 29 for Mikal. I want to see Cam Thomas get the ball. I back him in. I don't know why Lonnie's in the game or not in the game. But Royce has scored 4 of his 7 threes. So maybe there's something that Jacques knows that I don't. Ben's had 14 rebounds, and they've been 14 very important boards. We've been out-rebounded by 5. And that's off the back of the Bucks having 4 more offensive boards. We've made 3 more shots, hit the same amount of threes, and the Bucks have had 6 more free throws. Here we go. Alrighty. Come on, lads. Alright. It is 119 apiece. We have done well all game round to hang around. We've fought back. The Bucks have done the same. But now it's going to be about who can step up. Damian Lillard is off on the 3. So now the Nets can take the lead. Cam Thomas is going to be the pioneer of this possession. The high screen by Mikal, and now he's got Middleton picking him up in an isolation on the perimeter. Let him cook. Step back 3. It's long. You knew he missed it. And then, well done by Crowder to secure the board. Bridges was within an arm's reach, but wasn't able to, well, rake it in. Middleton, cross court for Dame. Now Giannis going to drive on Finney Smith. Oh my goodness! That's a demigod move. The spin and the throwdown. So Cam Thomas, can he respond? 1-on-1. He's doubled into the paint. Layup is good over Portis. And it is a shootout. Dame. Whoever can get more stops down the stretch will win this game. It is that simple. Middleton picked up by Finney Smith. Now the switch. Good defense by Ben. Middleton is just that one bit better. And he scores in the mid-range. And it's now a 2-point lead for the Bucks again. I'd back him in a close game, the Bucks. But we'll see what we can do. Bridges down the middle this time. The fadeaway 2. Got the bounce! It's 123 apiece. Mikal has cracked 30. Dame, Middleton, picked up by Doe. The switch. Oh no, why did we... Bro, how fucking easy was that? No rotation on the roll. And that left Cam Thomas under the basket. We may need to outscore them. I don't like our chances. Mikal is going to be doubled. Oh, Royce. Out. Cam. 3. Oh, it was off. It looks so far online. And it's going to be Bucks ball. I thought it was off hands. And I thought it was Dame who had gotten last hands to it. I think it's time for the stop chant. I think it's time. Here we go. I'm calling it now. Stop. 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 It's off. Get the board. Go. Send it. Finney-Smith. Shoot it. Oh, he's blown the layup. No. Fuck. Oh my God. How have you screwed that up? Bro, Ben with a centimeter perfect pass to Finney-Smith. He took a dribble and then overcomplicated things. All he needed to do was roll it back out if he felt trapped. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Oh, any other player. Cam Thomas breaking out in transition would have been perfect for that scenario. But instead, it's going to be free throws for Milwaukee with 23.7 a play. Oh, for God's sake, man. So, Dame obviously converts the first. The second free throw now is off. It's off. It's off. We have a chance. We have a chance to take this game into overtime, not take the lead. We have a chance to tie this one up. With 23 to play, 126, 123. Okay, who needs to be on the floor for this final possession? Are you running the same 5 that you had on previous possessions? I would like to see Lonnie in the game. I wouldn't imagine Ben is in. We've got 23 and a half seconds to play. It's 126, 123. I beg that Cam Thomas scores an absolute ripper of a three-pointer to get this game into overtime. But you know what? They're gonna have to run the clock down. That being said, they don't want to run it down too much because if you miss, you want to give yourself every opportunity to get an offensive rebound, potentially kick it back out, and go again. Or, we've got a timeout remaining, and, we've got a timeout remaining, so we could go for the quick 2, but we've got to make sure we score the quick 2. And the Bucks equally have to be switched on to make sure they're blocking out the 3, and they don't foul on the 2. So, a lot of different possibilities here in the final 23 seconds. Crowder's going to be picking up Thomas from the inbounds. The 5 on the floor remains the same as it was before the timeout. Excuse me. It's inbounded to Bridges. That was a little bit scary. Thomas going to get it now. He's going to drive it. Reverse. It's off. Oh my God, we fucked it up. We fucked it up again. That's going to do it. Bro, Thomas had the layup there, but in the last couple of possessions, I don't remember who it was that said Giannis Antetokounmpo is not having as big of an impact as you think. Well, he just blocked that layup attempt by Cam Thomas, and on top of that, hold on. Dame's made the first, so that's probably it. But we've got a timeout remaining, so anything can happen in the final 12. That was probably the play, though. Lonnie Walker's back in. Why didn't this happen earlier? But yeah, Giannis being there for the Finney-Smith miss, which would have tied the game, and then obviously that Cam Thomas two-pointer as well. That free throw is good by Dame. So it looks like we're not even going to bother with the timeout. We're going to save it in the case that we can make this Here we go. Thomas gonna drive and dunk. So that means it's a 1-possession game. They've got to get it in, though. And we've got a timeout by Milwaukee, so they're going to want to draw something up. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well if you're new. We're going to be back in a few days for Nets Celtics on the weekend. We'll miss the Clippers game. But beyond that, we're basically doing every Nets game throughout the rest of 2023 at least. So yeah, make sure if you want to stay tuned, this is the place. And there's also a donation button if you feel the need. Alrighty. Lillard can literally only score free throws. I think we've done a great job on Lillard today. Proud of the team, continue to play. Well, we're playing really well. We're playing really well despite results. We're going to be... The theme of this season is going to be moral victories, isn't it? I mean, we're good enough to win these games. The problem is when you need someone to make a big shot, like Finney Smith under the basket, Cam Thomas wasn't able to get the flip over Giannis. It's those fine margins, as we've been talking about. And in a game this close, you make those 2 baskets, you're probably in the lead. JV gave up the game in the late third. I'm not going to put it down to that because then he brought the starters back in and the starters made a move. So if he holds them out later, then we would have been obviously complaining. But he brought them back in at a time where we could capitalize without Giannis on the floor. So we did everything we needed to get back in this game. So I don't see it as an absolute Jacques Vaughn choke here. The Bucks can forward the ball to their half court. They've got 8.5 seconds to get it in, and they throw it right into the backcourt for Jay Crowder. Can someone foul him? And it took quite a few seconds off the clock. 5.9 remaining. Jay Crowder is... Yeah, what the fuck was that? That was really smart by... Whoever it was that said, Jay Crowder, just sit in the backcourt, right on the baseline, right near the Nets bench. That's an excellent idea. It killed like 3 seconds off the clock. So, a good play. And, oh, we could have a game here because Jay Crowder has just missed the first. But we're going to need to rebound the ball in the case of a miss. Day'Ron Sharpe enters the game as we call for it. So... this game is well and truly not over yet. We could have overtime here. We've got 6 seconds to play, and Jay Crowder needs to make the free throw. He is 3 of 6 on the season, and he is 0 of 1 in this game. So he misses the free throw. You need to get the rebound. Brook Lopez has gotten quite a few of those in the last quarter, so we need to be, well, 100% certain that we're going to get this rebound in the case of a miss. So, all hands on deck. Here we go. The free throw needs to be a miss with 6 seconds to play. Crowder is good. Okay, so that makes it a lot more complicated. And look, we're going to have to quickly score a 3. Then we're going to have to quickly foul. And then we're going to have to quickly bring it up the court for another 3. So we're going to have to score 6 points here in 6 seconds. Don't see the possibility, but anything can happen. JV has become Doc Rivers, panics and doesn't trust these players. I don't think that's the case either, because if he didn't trust his players, he wouldn't have had Cam Thomas and Mikal Bridges handling the rock and getting those opportunities late to win the game. You know, Cam Thomas had the rock for the final possession that would have potentially tied the game up. You know? If only Finney Smith just made that damn layup that threw the game away. He just didn't need to hesitate, and he didn't need to panic. If we're talking about panic, I'm just seeing the replay now. He actually had an absolutely excellent window to score it with the left hand uncontested, because Giannis was a little bit off balance to Finney Smith's right. So if he used the left hand, he had an easy 2. Instead, obviously, we're looking at it in retrospect, and things aren't really that good with the world. Is it GG? Potentially, but there's 6 seconds, And the Nets are going to need to score a three-pointer off the inbounds if they're to have any chance of forcing any extra basketball in this one. Ben Simmons will inbound it. We've got the 5 on the floor that I expect. Oh, good inbounds. Thomas, it's off, and that'll do it. That'll do it as well. Yeah, we had like 4 shots in 6 seconds to get 2 points, and unfortunately we come up short. It is done and dusted. 129 to 125. It's been awesome in chat. But I mean, it was another valiant effort once again, like just a few little things just really killing us off. I mean, you look at some of the turnovers we had, like Royce O'Neal just losing the ball because a ghost knocked the ball out of his hands. I mean, there were a couple of possessions we had like 3 chances to secure a defensive rebound, didn't get it. The Bucks then score 3-pointer on like the 3rd try. We had the Finney-Smith layup late, which could have also tied the game up. That wasn't successful. Cam Thomas got blocked by Giannis. That was unsuccessful. And then on the other side, you talk about like Middleton making a clutch 2, Giannis muscling his way to the basket. We don't have those sort of weapons where we're relying on pure shot creation, and unfortunately didn't have the tools to get it done. But that being said, you look at the scoreline 129-125 and you say, well, the defense stinks as per usual, which is quite surprising for this team, and that probably says a bit about how important Clax is to the rotation. That being said, scoring 125 and getting as many points as we did from Cam Thomas and Mikal Bridges, that is so important. And the fact that we got such an output from them today was key in us even being in this game. Cam has missed crucial shots in the end, but damn, he had 40. Yeah, I mean, Cam, like, he said 40. We can't possibly slate the guy. The biggest mistake was getting a terrible lineup when we were leading with 10 points. That was probably the big moments of the game, not running Ben Simmons with Giannis. We didn't stagger the minutes there pretty well. But it's not all down to Jacques. There were chances we had to tie the game up, win the game, put them to bed. But unfortunately, we were never able to put them away. So, you know, it was a valiant effort, as I've said. I just want our team healthy so we can at least lose at full strength instead of making me think we can win with Clax and Cam Johnson in these close games every time. I mean, it's awesome that we can put out a lineup that is this competitive with 2 of our starters out, you know? So that's a point of optimism that, I mean, you can take a lot of things away. We only need to play and grow. I see a clear light in this season, but Cam Johnson and Clax we need them. Yeah, to summarize it. So yeah, I'm sick of Royce. I mean, yeah, I'm sick of Royce as well, but you know what? Sometimes you can't always get what you wish for. Royce O'Neal playing 20 minutes, I hate to break it to you, as much as I hate to say it, is probably going to be something that we have to deal with in the long haul. I'm slighting Cam, the great ones make shots in the clutch. I mean, he's been an absolute gun. Let's have a look at the box score. I won't leave you for too long. Ultimately, in the last quarter, didn't have the legs, but a pretty good game nonetheless. Second straight game with 10 or less turnovers, and it comes against 2 really good oppositions. Free throws, would have wanted more in the last. We didn't get there nearly enough. The good sign is that Mikal and Cam were the only 2 players that got to the line. So they gave us a good red-hot crack. Cam Thomas had 45 in the game. That is a crazy number. And then Mikal had 31. So those 2 combining for 76, that is a great sign for the future. The fact that we can have like a 2-headed monster of sorts. Off the bench, Lonnie was pretty good. And so was Royce, despite the number of brain-dead plays he made. He was a negative 12 in the game. Ben Simmons had 15 rebounds to go with 2 points, so talk about weird stat lines. But he had some really big rebounds in there, which kept us alive. And we saw the impact of offensive rebounds late in the game when Brook Lopez started to get a hold. The only reason we sort of evened that ledger out is because down the stretch, we were able to recycle a couple of opportunities at the basket, but we could never get a layup to go. The second chance points weren't happening. Overall, had 5 more shots, made 3 more shots, had the same amount of threes, but unfortunately, the free throws is where we got undone. We had 11 less, and we had 10 less makes. We forced more turnovers, but really just... It's one of those games where, like, I, once again, can't take too much bad away. We looked after the ball. We had excellent performances from our 2 best. Dorian Finney-Smith had a crash back down to earth type of game after shooting 49% to this point in the season on 7.5 attempts. He only made 1 of his 7 threes. So, once again, we can look back in retrospect and say, well, if Doe makes his 3-pointers, just like if Royce made his 3s last game, we could have potentially won. If Doe makes his 3s this game, the minute Royce starts making 3s, obviously he decides to conk out. If he made his 3s, we could easily have won this game. I think overall, though, like, pretty decent performance nonetheless. Those in chat leaving now, thank you for tuning in. Make sure to drop a like, show your support on the way out. I'm wondering if you're going to stream any Christmas games this year. Well, over here, it will be Boxing Day, so I don't think I'll be doing anything on Boxing Day, so I think potentially there may be an opportunity to do a Christmas Day game or something of those along those lines. I agree that Royce is the only missed point in those first games. Well, look, like it's been a pretty good like if I look at the box score for the Bucks, they had 7 players in double figures. If their bench doesn't perform the way they did today, it's probably the first game we were outplayed by a bench. If they don't provide such good minutes, we most definitely could have gotten the job done. Giannis at 36, so tough to stop. He had 27 shots. Dame was pretty much a non-factor. I think we did a really good job with him. His free throw number inflated down the stretch, and then their bench, crazy. They set the tone, the precedent early when the threes weren't falling for the starters. They never really did throughout the night, but their bench really helped out in that department. And, well, you count it up, 11 of their 16 threes came from their bench. So without that bench input, they are done for. So, obviously, it's typical Nets fashion to give role players good games. But look, once again, I can't take away too much bad from this performance. I know I love talking about moral victories, but, at the same time, like, it's like these performances you can't get mad about. I think against a weaker opposition, we get the job done. And it gives me optimism for this tough run of games. We look at, well, we can do this now with my new layout. We'll look at the team stats first, and then we'll look at what is to come for this team. Fast break points, 20. So we hit the 20. Points in the paint, pretty even. Fouls, pretty much even. Largest lead, never more than 10. And we can look at the turnovers and the points off turnovers. We got, 15 points off 10 Milwaukee turnovers, and the Bucks got 20 off 8. So I think the key, I've seen this in the Celtics game as well. We've been put to the sword whenever we turn the ball over. And our defense really has struggled in transition. So I think we're going to need to see improvement in that area. Overall, though, like, we did pretty well. Like, just looking at these stats, we kept the Bucks to 33% from 3. Like, very difficult to separate these two teams. Yeah. But I'll quickly look at who the Nets have next on the schedule. They've got the Clippers, the Celtics, which is on ESPN, but we'll be doing it anyway. Then we'll be doing Washington, Orlando, Miami, probably just all the way through to the end of November. Yeah. Except maybe 1 or 2 games in there. So yeah, I think that'll be it's a pretty tough run of games. Like, Washington aren't great. Orlando are pretty good. Miami are decent. Not that decent to start the year, but they've got good players. Philly are decent, obviously. Atlanta are pretty good. Miami, we just said. Chicago tested us. Toronto have won a few here and there. So, there's a lot of games that we may not get up for. This November run is going to be really important, and it's going to say a lot about this team. If we can, steal a few victories, like tonight, there was definitely potential for that to be done. We're obviously going to be in a great position when we play lesser squads. That record's going to be quite appealing to the eye. Instead, we dropped to 3-4. But I'm pretty optimistic about what the future holds. We've provided some really good performances against really good teams. You look at Cleveland, you look at Dallas, you look at this game, you look at the Celtics game for 3 quarters, you look at the wins we've had. They've also been close. The Charlotte game was good. We dropped 133. Our defense is like, we are a turnstile. We are traffic cones. We've conceded like over 120 points on a number of occasions. Like, we'll go back. And you can see we conceded 120 points once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. And it's in 3 of our losses. So, I don't back us in to outscore opponents. I back us in to execute defensively, and that's where 2 of our wins have come from. But it's good to see Cam dropping 45 points. It's one of those vintage Cam Thomas performances, even though it'd be a bit of a weird word to use the word vintage, because obviously he's only in like his 3rd year. So, yeah. But once again, I can't be mad about the performance. Sure, there was some stuff that I couldn't agree with, but, you're never going to have a perfect game. And I wouldn't say this game was lost off the back of of stuff we could control. There were moments which we definitely would take back, but at the same time, I do think that, the Bucks really, they pulled out the stops at the end. Giannis had some big moments. He scored and he defensively reacted, stopped the Finney-Smith layup, stopped the Cam Thomas reverse down the stretch, and did that excellent spin move dunk to give them the buffer they needed. So, yeah, I mean, sometimes, as we continue to say, we don't have enough firepower. And you compare Dame and Giannis to Mikal and Cam Thomas. I would say Mikal and Cam Thomas outplayed those 2 tonight, but when you need to call on a certain individual who's going to get it done, and I would take Giannis and Dame over Cam and Mikal. So, and that was evident to see. So, yeah. You're speaking facts. Just Ben hopefully looks to be more aggressive offensively and increases the ceiling of the team if he is. That being said, we still scored 125 points with him having 4 dimes and 2 points. So, I mean, the offensive ceiling, I don't know what it is, because we got 76 out of these 2 players, Mikal and Cam. So it's going to be interesting to see what the future holds, but that'll do it. I've enjoyed the stream today. I hope you have too. I'm going to wrap it up here. We will see you on the weekend for Nets Celtics. Hopefully we get a win in between now and then. With the Clippers game, they just lost to the Knicks, so hopefully they don't bounce back against us. But regardless, decent performance, came up short. Feel like that's going to be the case for many games this year, but can't fault the team for effort and the performances that we got out of plays that we expect to be good. So that'll do it. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Thanks for the support, the donation early on, all the chat comments. It all creates the experience. So thank you. We'll see you soon, and bye for now.